right, time to take a look at the VEVOR electrical enclosure. I can tell just by lifting up this box, this is going to be a substantial electrical enclosure, just because this thing is pretty darn heavy. And heavy is good because that means that the metal is going to be nice and thick. You want something that's going to be substantial because you want something that's going to last. So I can say I love that light gray color. And we can see we got some pre-drilled holes in the back, so we can't mount this thing directly with that. But of course, you always want to be mindful of where you're going to be mounting it because, the great thing about electrical boxes like this is that you can just kind of drill it and cut it and tap it. Use knockouts, put big holes in it, run conduit in it, do all kinds of crazy stuff with it because these things are designed for you to make your own design. Yeah. That is a nice box, and I love this paint coating on here. One of the things that stands out to me is this textured paint coating. I can tell just by looking at it, this is a heavy coat of paint. For an electrical box, that's extremely important because you don't want these, these are gonna get beat up. People are gonna sit on them, people are gonna rub by them, tools are gonna scrape against it. Thick coat of paint like this is gonna help it stay looking good. And it looks like they wanted this thing to be easy to take apart, so they just used one screw to hold this bottom on. Okay. That's cool. So we got our gasket. It would be easier if I just undid the locks on the top, but I don't have my key with me right now, so I'm going to see if they got something included. Will it fit? Ooh, that's neat. So they actually gave us a piece of DIN rail. That's pretty cool. And it does not look like we have a key. Oh wait, we do have a key. But it looks like we have two of them. And by looking at this, I thought this was plastic, but this is actually metal. Pretty substantial little thing. Yeah, nice and easy. I actually like this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is very important. If we look on the back here, we can see this is UL listed. That's very important because if you're gonna be putting this thing into production, you need to make sure that it has that rating because if you don't, you can't really use it. This one does, so we could use this in a full commercial environment. That's good. I also really like seeing this insulation wrapping all the way around. They definitely crossed their T's and dotted their I's with this thing, so that's great. This is pretty cool. Looking inside, you can actually see they put a couple of scales on both sides. So that's gonna make lining up components parallel very easy. For me, most of the time, I just try to eyeball it, or worst case scenario, I'll put a level in there. But with this, I could just take any straight edge and line that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I know any hole I drill right there is going to be perfectly parallel. So it's going to be very easy to make this box look good, which is one of the most important things if you're going to be doing any electrical work, because people take a lot of pride in just how things look. So this backing on here, this is a separate plate. If you wanted to, you could unbolt these nuts from here, and we could take this whole plate off, and we could actually mount everything to the plate and then install the whole thing in one go. For me, when I'm working on these things, I usually just install it as is. So I'll put this here. Because this is raised in the back, we got a good maybe 3/4 of an inch. We can use some self-drilling screws and we can use that to drill right into here, and we don't have to worry about putting anything behind it. But I also really like that this backing is actually, it feels like a fairly thick metal. That's going to be important because if we're going to be using self-drilling screws like what I use, it needs to have some meat to bite into. So this has meat. And also just the entire thing is substantial. Like this is some thick gauge metal. I mean, you can tell just by trying to lift this thing too. Like this is a heavy duty electrical box. And for me, I wouldn't have it any other way. But I also like seeing that they have this raised edge all the way around. So what that means is, it will say if this was the top, if some water or something was to run down on here, it would just roll off the side and then fall down. So this is awesome. So in the bag, we also have this wire. So this is our grounding wire. This is going to bond the lid to the box. And that's going to be very important because if you're going to be putting anything on the lid, like any kind of switches or anything, you want to make sure that this is going to have a solid ground that's not going to rely on the hinge. So that's going to attach right here. And this is a fairly thick wire. And we can see that it is stranded. So this is a nice wire. It's not a 12 gauge. It's probably a 10 gauge, I think. Not sure, but it is stranded wire, so this is a very good cable. And this is cool too. This is actually a copper stud on here, so they really want you to have a good bond with this. So that attaches to the door, and then we got our other one right here on the bottom. Just kind of put a loop on it. And now we are bonded. I might actually replace those with metal nuts, but these are good enough for right now. Yeah, I love this insulation on here. Like I can tell just by pressing down on this, like you can even hear it. This is designed to be a weatherproof box, so that's awesome. And then we also have these. So these are for weather sealing those locks. So if we were going to be putting this outside and we wanted to make sure there was going to be absolutely no penetration into these locks, what we could do is we could unscrew this, take this off, unscrew that nut, and then this whole lock would come out. So after that came out, put this on the back, put the whole thing back in, reinstall it, and then we could cap that thing off, and that way we wouldn't have to worry about any water getting inside there. So very nice that they got that. I'm not going to need that because this is going to be going inside for me, but it's really cool that we got this. Okay, and now we got our mounting hardware. I really included everything for this. So we got a bunch of nuts and bolts, and then we got these brackets. So if we want to mount this box offset from the wall a little bit, we could just screw this into the wall, and then you can see this little tab here. This is actually going to allow the box to sit on top of that. So you can just kind of lay it on there, and then you can bolt that guy in. So it would look something like this. And then you can kind of see this hole back there. So that is where it would bolt through this hole. So you would need to put something behind it, but at least you would be able to get that offset from the wall. So if anything was like to travel down the wall, so maybe if you had a leak upstairs, you wouldn't have to worry about that making contact with the box. Now the interesting thing here is this plate that comes off. So I don't normally see that on electrical boxes, and we actually got a gasket for that right here, so you can even make sure that this thing is weather sealed. But what that's going to do is anytime you're going to be dealing with a box like this, you're going to have to make some kind of a penetration because the wires have to go in somewhere. It has to be able to feed electricity into it. Unless you're just using this thing for storage, and you could probably just bolt this thing on and almost use it as a safe, because this is a super heavy duty box. So if you want to do that, you would just use some carriage bolts here, and then maybe replace those locks. Yeah, I could see using this thing as a kind of like a makeshift safe. But being able to take this thing off means that you can actually mark out all your holes, drill it right there on your bench, and then you can mount this thing up, and you're going to have everything already ready to go. Now for me, that's not really a big deal because most of the time I'm going to mount the box, and then I'm going to like run the conduit to it and do all those kinds of things. And I want to know exactly where I need to make those holes with the box already mounted to the wall. I would mount the box, run the conduit, and then kind of get an idea. Maybe I want it in the side, maybe I want it in the bottom, maybe I want it in the top, and then just drill holes, knock them out, put a connector in there, and then finish running my conduit into it. So I'm probably just going to screw this thing in, but it is nice having that little feature there. So the last thing we got, kind of neat, we got some grounding stickers so we can mark out where our grounds are. We got the rest of our screws for this plate. We got some plugs, so I think those are going to fit in here. Might be kind of a tight fit, but that does feel like where those are supposed to go. So if you don't want to use those holes, you can just plug them up. But then we also have these little plugs. I think these go right here. So if you want to plug those holes, so you want this thing to be perfectly sealed, we could mash those guys in there. So that's pretty much it. The only thing we got left is this rain hood. Flip this guy up. Now, I personally don't see a lot of options for rain penetration in here, but if you're worried about it, we can stick this guy on top. So that way, even if this seal goes, we're still going to have water that's going to run over the front of the cabinet instead of into the cabinet. So very cool. I mean, they thought of everything. This is a very nice enclosure. I mean, there's no sharp edges. There's probably enough paint on here that even if there was a sharp edge, it was just covered with the paint. But yeah, this is a ridiculously nice enclosure. So one thing I noticed here is that these holes are completely painted over, so we're going to basically have to cut our own threads, but I'm going to reuse these screws and this little nylon washer to make sure that we are sealed, and then we can screw that guy in. Cool. No stripping out. That is another indicator we got nice thick metal here. And it looks like we do actually have two little nuts, so that is going to thread on right there. That is going to make me feel a lot better. But yeah, it's always important to have a nice solid grounding bond. Okay. Cool. One of the things I was thinking about when I was looking at this was I actually need a landscape lighting box, and this would be perfect for it. So I could just put a switch here, fuses, power supply, and then I've got all this extra room. So if I want to add like Wi-Fi or relays or anything like that, I can just throw all that in here. So yeah, this is going to be a fantastic box for that. So overall, that is a really nice box.